The 2016 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 by BBM Motorsport. The Chevrolet Corvette Z06 really needs no introduction. As a souped-up version of the Vette, the Z06 handles better and spits out more power than its standard counterpart. Oh, and it looks more aggressive too, thanks in part to a conscious effort from Corvette to make the car stand out. Mission accomplished, right? Well, it depends on who you ask, because a certain German tuner named BBM Motorsport clearly doesn't think Chevy did as much to the Corvette Z06 as it could have. That's why the aftermarket company took it upon itself to do the job, dressing up the American sports car with a new aero kit to go along with modifications to the engine, exhaust, and wheels. The program itself doesn't transform the Z06 into an all-conquering monster, but it does enough to change the way a prospective customer might look at it. Considering how popular the Z06 is, programs like this, even if it doesn't do an overhaul, could be the difference that makes the Z06 stand out. I personally think the high-powered Vette is awesome enough on its own, but I certainly won't dismiss a tuner if it wants to make it more faster and more powerful. Continue after the jump to read the full review. Exterior. I may have oversold the changes on the Chevrolet Corvette Z06's body a little because BBM Motorsport's additions only includes a new front spoiler. It may be a modest upgrade, but the addition of the spoiler has a positive effect on the sports car's front aerodynamics, especially when it's combined with the modifications to the engine and exhaust system. The other notable additions are the new set of large ultraleggero wheels and the fancy design vinyl body wrap that starts off in a red shade at the front before transitioning to black when it hits the rear. BBM commissioned this body wrap from noted car wrapping specialist SL Premium. That's about the extent of the exterior mods on the Z06. It's not much, but it's still more than what other tuners are capable of. Interior. There are no interior upgrades on the Corvette Z06. I would have preferred a few modifications, but I'm not the type to complain about a cabin that can already be dressed with premium, soft-touch materials like Nappa leather, aluminum, carbon fiber, and micro suede. Chevrolet can do that on its own, so any aftermarket modifications to the interior needs to have a more premium feel to what the automaker can already do. Speaking of which, Chevy is also offering magnesium-built GT or competition sport seats for the Z06. It's hard not get too worked up about BBM's decision to leave the interior alone when Chevrolet can already do the upgrades on its own. Drivetrain. Keeping in line with its theme of building a subtle tuning kit for the Chevrolet Corvette, BBM Motorsport's program for the Z06's 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine is comprised of modifications to the car's software system. Together with the addition of a specially designed air intake system and a Capristo exhaust that includes a CES control system, the German tuner was able to increase the output to 690 horsepower and 672 pound-feet of torque. That amounts to an increase of 40 horsepower and 22 pound-feet of torque, more than enough to give the Z06 supercar worthy power and performance chops. BBM didn't say the effects of the extra punch to the Z06's performance numbers, but a 0 to 60 mph time of under 3 seconds isn't out of the cards, as is a top speed in excess of 200 miles per hour. Pricing. The overall cost of BBM's program adds up to around €10,780, which would translate to about $12,266 based on current exchange rates. An extra €1,000 will be added to that price if customers opt to get the visible carbon fiber front spoiler instead of the cheaper carbon flash metallic finish. That brings up the total to €11,780, or somewhere around $13,410. Breaking down those prices reveal that the most expensive part of the program is the visible carbon fiber front spoiler, followed by the standard carbon flash metallic finish spoiler. Meanwhile, the new set of ultraleggero wheels retail for €2,490, $2,830, while the Capristo exhaust system sells for €4,250, or about $4,835. The H-pipe that replaces the Z06's main catalytic costs €550, $626. Competition. Chevrolet Corvette Z06 HPE 750 by Hennessy. Any program for the Chevrolet Corvette and its various iterations will inevitably fall back to Hennessy, one of the most decorated American tuners in the business. Some years back Hennessy launched various programs for the Corvette Z06, each coming with a specific amount of extra power. The kit has evolved in recent years to include upgrades ranging from 700 horsepower to 1000 horsepower. For the purpose of this discussion, let's stick to the HPE 750, which mainly comes with a significant engine upgrade to compensate for the absence of any exterior and interior modifications. Under its hood, the Corvette Z06's 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine received a TVS-2300 supercharger system and Hennessy's very own HPE air induction system and an HPE 600 kit CNC ported heads to help improve the flow of air and exhaust. A hot camshaft to further enhance the Corvette's lung capacity and help bring the output up to 700 horsepower, more than enough to be considered a legitimate alternative to BBM Motorsport's own program for the Z06. Chevrolet Corvette Z06 by Callaway Cars. Keeping in line with the Corvette Z06's performance image, another tuner, Callaway Cars, decided to take a similar approach its own kit for the American sports cars. For instance, instead of dropping a massive kit on its exterior, Callaway picked its spots very well by changing only a few but important items to the car's exterior handling. There's the front end, which was given a bulging louvered hood to accommodate the larger supercharger added to the car's engine. The tuner's engine modifications on the Corvette Z06 are probably as extensive as it's going to get. Talking about each and every nook and cranny will take up a lot of time, so just believe when I tell you that the tuner was able to bring out an impressive 757 horsepower and 777 pound-feet of torque out of that supercharged V8. That output, according to Callaway, is good enough to propel the Z06 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.8 seconds to go with a top speed that should clear 200 miles per hour without breaking a sweat. Read our full review here. Conclusion. It's not the best program I've seen for the Corvette Z06, but it's not that bad either considering what you get out of it with the price mentioned. The truth is, if money isn't an issue, I might just go for something else, but if you're penny pinching for a performance upgrade that'll work on your Corvette Z06, BBM Motorsport has one for you. But like I said, don't expect the moon and stars with this kit. Love it, nice engine upgrade, affordable body wrap is the highlight. Leave it, not that all-encompassing other options available. Access could be problematic, especially for US-based customers.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.